Hey, what's up guys? It's TechZoomer talking to you here. And in today's video, I want to tell you something. Don't buy the M3 MacBook Pros if you want to have the best value MacBook available in the market right now. Yes, I'm telling you not to buy the newest MacBook Pros for a reason. Because I do believe there's a better value MacBook currently being sold by Apple and other stores. So if you want to know what computer this is, well, pretty simple. In my opinion, the M1 Max MacBook Pro, whatever if you want, the 14-inch or the 16-inch, currently is the best option Mac you can buy. Yes, the computer that I've been using for the last 2 years. Since 2021, I've been using the M1 Max 16-inch MacBook Pro. And I'm not making this video because I just think that this is the best value computer to date, but because I do believe that you are wasting your money and getting a worse product by buying the M3 MacBook Pro, especially the base model. So let me explain why you should buy a higher end but older MacBook when compared to the M3 MacBook Pro, even if your goal is not performance. So no further ado, drop a like down below, subscribe to my channel, roll the intro. So this is not an M3 MacBook Pro. This is an M1 Max MacBook Pro. Can you tell any difference between this computer and the M3 MacBook Pro that you have been seeing on a lot of videos today? You can't. The only difference between this and the M3 MacBook Pros are obviously the performance and the chip inside. This computer is the M1 Max MacBook Pro 16-inch with the 32 GPU core and 32 GB of RAM and 1 TB of storage. Other than the fact that this features an M1 chip, an M1 Max to be more specific, there's no difference in hardware when compared to the newer M3 MacBook Pro. It has the same display with less 100 nits of peak brightness, which is stupid, and you can modify this display to reach that peak brightness. The same speakers, the same keyboard, the same body design, the same aluminum frame, the same keyboard, the same trackpad, the same cooling system, the same RAM, the same Wi-Fi card. Everything is the same on this computer when compared to the newer M3 MacBook Pro, other than the fact that you have the M1 Max chip, which is the higher end version of the M1 and the M1 Pro, than the M3 chip that the newer MacBook Pros, the M3 Pro and the M3 Max have. So if your goal is to have the most amount of performance for a laptop, then I think you should buy the M3 Pro or even the M3 Max, which is better this year than the M3 Pro, much better. So if your goal is performance, then get the M3 Max. But if you are looking for the best value performance, I do still believe that the M1 Max is unbeatable. You can get this computer currently for less than $2,000. That's crazy. This is the M1 Max still. This is no joke. The M1 Max was the best chip 2 years ago. Trust me, the best chip. Okay, it was surpassed by the M1 Ultra, but that's a desktop CPU. But as far as laptop CPUs, the M1 Max was the best. And you can get this exact configuration now really cheap, like almost $2,000, and from Apple, around $2,000 on the refurbished page. So this computer is still an amazing deal. Yes, the M2 Max exists, and now is also on discount. But the M2 Max, in my opinion, in terms of performance gains, which was about 15% over the M1 Max in some specific tasks, doesn't justify the extra $300 that you will pay because it's last year's model, while this one is considered to be old because it's not last year's model, it's 2 generations behind. But trust me, this computer is so fast, so reliable, you won't ever need a computer more than this in the next 10 years. Again, MKBHD and other YouTubers are still using their M1 Max MacBook Pros 16-inch for the last 2 years, and they haven't switched for the M2 Max, which reveals a lot. But now, with the M3 Max, you can get performance gains over 30% in most tasks. So I think that if you are a person that looks for the extreme performance, the extreme gains in performance, then I think that the M3 Max now is worth the extra money that you pay over the M1 Max. But again, only if you do really care about that tip-top performance, the most amount of performance you can take off your machine. But be ready to pay an extra for it. The M3 Max computers are much more expensive this year, especially abroad. So if you are looking for a very good deal on a very high performance computer, especially a laptop, and you want to have it for amazing hardware, amazing display, amazing design, amazing aluminum frame, amazing speakers, amazing keyboard, amazing trackpad, all the good things about the new M3 MacBook Pros, and you want to save money, then buy the 16-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro, or if you want to save even more money, buy the M1 Pro. If you don't really care about performance, you just want this amazing hardware. I'm telling you this because now Apple sells the M3 MacBook Pro, and that computer starts at $1,600. And at first, you might think that's an amazing deal. You get the same hardware as the M3 Pro and the M3 Max MacBook Pros, and you get it for less money. But here's the thing. You get the M3 chip, you don't get as many USB-C ports, and you won't get as a high-performance computer as if you bought a MacBook Pro with the M1 Max, the M1 Pro, the M2 Pro, or the M2 Max. The M3 chip will be slower than all of these chips. Maybe faster than the M1 Pro, but definitely not faster than the M1 Max. This GPU will be still much more faster than the M3, although that features some improvements to the efficiency part. I don't think on the high peak performance, the M3 will surpass the M1 Max. But we need to wait for the benchmarks. Other than that, I do believe that this 2-year-old computer with the 16-inch form factor, the M1 Max computer chip, and the amazing hardware that is built on, it's an amazing deal for the price that is on. Trust me, 2 years later, the prices on this computer have come down a bit. And you can get it on eBay, you can get it on Apple refurbished for an amazing, amazing price. And again, don't buy the M3 Pro or especially the M3 Max MacBook Pro if you don't really need it. That's a really expensive computer and a really expensive mistake if you can make. Trust me, first try out the M1 Max and see if your workflow is dragged down and slowed down by this chip, which most likely it won't. I'm willing to put my trust that 95 or 99% of you, let's say 97% of you watching this video, won't need a faster machine than this. That's weird to tell you, but that's true. This is 2 years old, and in my opinion, is one of the fastest laptops for efficiency on the planet. Still, it's still behind the M2 Max and the M3 Max, but I do believe that the M3 Max being only a 30% jump, it's still a 30% jump, but only 30% jump for most people is not justifiable to pay $3,000-$4,000 extra. You can get these machines now for really cheap, and even with 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte of storage, which on the M3 Max computer costs you a kidney. So yeah, at the end of the day, I don't think you should buy the M3 MacBook Pros if you are looking for the best value for your buck. Because I think if you are getting these types of computers, especially the M1 Max, and maybe, just maybe, the M2 Pro, you are getting such an amazing deal that I don't think you need more than this. Save your money and maybe buy extra storage, maybe buy an extra RAM computer. Instead of buying the 16GB of RAM on the M2 Pro, buy the 32 version. Or if you are looking for the M1 Max, buying the 32 will be more than enough. So here lies the value of these computers. The drop in price of these computers for the last 2 years have made this a very, very compelling option. When I first bought the M1 Max MacBook Pro, it was really expensive, costing me $3,600. But now you can get it for half of the price, or even less. And the MacBook Pro with the M3 Max and equivalent specs will cost you a lot of money, around $4,000 or even more. So you can see that it's really worth it to go for the M1 Max. Trust me, I don't think that the M2 Max is worth offering this computer. Maybe if you are looking for that tip-top performance, but again, if you are looking for that, then the M3 Max will be for you, although it's only a 15% jump over the M2 Max. I don't think if you have the M2 Max, you should upgrade for the M3 Max, but I do believe if you have an Intel computer and your objective is to buy a tip-of-the-top performer, then I do believe that buying the M3 Max may be your only option. But if you have an Intel computer, you are looking to upgrade for a very high-performance laptop, especially a MacBook, but you still don't want to waste thousands of dollars on a MacBook, your budget is about $2,000, then you are considering buying maybe the M3 Pro base model or even the M3 MacBook Pro with some upgrades. Don't waste your money on new machines. Just buy these machines. Buy the M1 Max machines with more specs. Buy the M2 Pro machines and save even more money. I don't know why people are not telling you this. These computers are the best value Macs currently. They cannot be beaten because the value proposition on an older M1 Max machine refurbished or used on eBay is insane. You will be able to do every single task, video editing, photo editing, 3D rendering on these machines and still be extremely happy with it. It will save like 2 minutes on an M3 Max, 3 minutes. Does it justify the extra $3,000 that you will pay? That's something you gotta tell you. Maybe on like very high intensive roads, like on compressor, like a 5-hour compressor run, maybe shaving off 1 hour or 2 might be worth it for you. But on a 10-minute export, 15-minute export, because these machines are really, really fast, maybe saving 3 minutes, 2 minutes, which will be around 25%, might be not enough. And spending like $3,000 or $4,000 on that upgrade in itself, I think it's a bad choice. But that's something you gotta decide. This video, I'm telling you, don't do it. But if you still wanna do it, it's your choice. And I won't judge you for that. I'd like to buy the new things. I like to buy the new shiny computer, the new space black color. And yes, these machines don't feature the space black color. They are not the newest kid on the block. But trust me, they are the best value proposition because they give you the best performance, the best hardware for the amount of money you pay. Again, it's just maths. It's just facts. You cannot lie against facts. And this computer, it's even better in some aspects even over the M3 Pro MacBook Pro and M3. The M3 Pro, it's like a 6% jump over the M2 Pro, which was a bit slower than the M1 Max. So if you are buying the M1 Max MacBook Pro, you will get a faster computer than the M3 Pro MacBook Pro. Maybe on some tasks on the GPU side, that computer will be more efficient and a tiny bit more powerful with ray tracing, but other than that, it's a complete loss, and you will pay about the same money. You'll get a bigger display with a better battery and better speakers. Then you also have the M3 MacBook Pro. Oh, but that computer is $300 cheaper than the M1 Max, older or refurbished or used. But again, that computer has one less USB-C, and it's the M3 chip, which is even slower and has less high-performance cores, less GPU cores. It's a less powerful computer in general. So for performance, for efficiency, for hardware, for screen size, for screen real estate, for the amazing 16-inch mini LED display, I think that the best option on the market right now is the M1 Max 16-inch MacBook Pro. More powerful, with a more powerful GPU than the M1 Pro, which I think it's worth upgrading for, because I think that getting now the extra performance here will save you a few bucks in the future, just because now these machines are getting a little bit older, and with older generations you want to buy the higher spec versions if you are going to buy them for the future, because they will last longer than the other M1 Pro counterparts. Maybe the GPU, if there's something you actually use a lot these days, maybe the M1 Max or even the M2 Max will be a good choice for you. Or even if you want the extra performance, go for the M3 Max. But again, I don't think it's worth it. I think that these machines are the best ones to buy in 2023. Again, let me know what you think about this computer in the comments down below. I think it's still great, and I will still keep using this computer until it dies. 5, 10 more years, I don't know, but I'm super excited to find out. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Tech Summer talking to you here. Bye-bye.